Hey, CFL and BC Lions fans. It's Three Down Bros tonight. After a massive, massive win to get off the schneid, a 5-game losing streak is over, and we had a big win, 38-12 over the Ottawa Red Blacks. And
Awesome.
yeah, and Greg can't make it tonight, but he'll be joining us in the comments. And my big thought is William Stanback. What a game! He was just dominant on the ground and pass receiving as well. But I do want to say the city of Victoria did a bang up job. That field and that atmosphere, wow, beautiful, very intimate setting. That was just a treat to be there for Touchdown Pacific. Roland, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I echo your sentiments. We met quite a few people from the island. Got to talk to them, so wonderful. Great atmosphere. Like I said, it was just like so much buzz. Walking around, even on the ferry, walking around downtown Victoria, seeing all the orange jerseys, and the game itself. Yeah, it was just electric, just different feeling than at BC Place Stadium. But with regards to the game, man, a much needed win. Echo your sentiments with Stanback. We've been calling for Stanback to be more involved, and we see the results. I mean, having such a huge guy bearing down on you, it's going to get results. And he did it not just on the ground. He had a lot of good passing yards too. So kudos to him. But so many people, so many players stepped up. So many players just turned it up a notch, which is what we needed. From the O-line, with Broxton getting hurt and Knievel coming in and an awesome job. Just kudos to him. The receivers, as a whole, played really well with that extra fire and energy. Matthew Betts, man, he's my favorite
that's
guy.
right.
Just brought a spark to that. He got one sack of his own, and he forced sacks into other players. Several times. The DBs, wow. We've been complaining about their tackling all year long, but yesterday there were a couple missed tackles still, but for the most part they were aggressive. They were playing tight. They were not loose. They were not giving not soft, and with the tackles, it wasn't just one tackle. They were all rallying to the ball and making gang tackles. So that's exactly what we needed.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah. Yeah, so
excellent.
I felt really good seeing that, because we know that our team was capable of this. For whatever reason, we just weren't able to turn that switch on. But yesterday they turned that switch on, even in adversity, right? You were talking. One of your keys was to handle adversity. There was some adversity, right? There was that interception that we were Nate was able to brush off. With Broxton going down, some drop passes too. So, yeah, I felt really good about it.
Oh, excellent. Yeah. So Stanback, 20 rushes, 20 carries, and 6 pass receptions. 6 for 6.
Wow.
Targets and completions. So he touched the ball 26 times. Probably a bit overused. He's probably gonna be a bit of a tired guy.
Yes.
Last night and today,
Yeah.
but well worth it. I mean, you know what? You brought him in as a veteran leadership kind of a go-to guy.
Yeah.
And he definitely paid dividends. It took the pressure off Nate, who hey, you heard he probably heard some of the criticism. Now when he was in the league to begin with, he was at the rookie salary, and then now he's come back after an unsuccessful NFL, attempt.
Yes.
And then he's like highly paid, prorated, but very highly paid.
Yes.
And he has he's got some big numbers from a contract wise next 2 years. So it was important for him to get a win, for him to get a touchdown pass, he was pretty revved up when he scored that first touchdown on the
Yes,
ground.
he
You
was.
saw that, right?
You saw that celebration. It's a little awkward,
Yeah.
but still got the job done.
He was pumped because he hadn't been in the end zone, right?
Yes.
So and he got 3 more touchdown passes. So I think that's good.
Yeah.
Building confidence. And we knew it takes some time. We hoped it would have come a little earlier, but again, Winnipeg and Ottawa, 2 really good defensive teams.
Yes.
So I mean, he kind of was coming into a hornet's nest or a lion's den.
Yes.
But
yeah.
let's I think big performances there. And you mentioned Betts. I think that he, we're not privy to what's happening behind the scenes.
Yeah.
But when he comes back, and he's definitely a dominant pass rusher, and he commands double teams, right?
Yes.
And with him in the lineup, it allows RP to just rush 4 guys.
Yeah.
Versus having to blitz, send more people. So if you can get pressure on 4-man rush, you can drop 8 into coverage, and RP likes more of a zone defense.
Yeah.
A little bit of that bend don't break. I know Greg hates that. But I have to say, Betts added some. Maybe it's not him. Maybe it's just coincidence, or maybe it was him. But he added some swagger back to that defense. Yeah. And he's 29, right? 29 years old, so he would be one of the leaders for sure in that defense. And he'd say, "Hey, I don't know what happened the last 7-8 months since I'm not here.
Yeah.
But I'm back now. Let's get back to playing BC Lions defense."
Yeah.
And I think they did. I mean, they are rallying to the ball.
Yeah.
There is a noticeable uptick in all of the teams, all the 3 phases, right?
Yes.
So I think that's been awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. So let's take a look at the highlights. So I got it queued up here. If you're joining us online, please feel free to type in the chat your thoughts and your comments. Would love to hear from you. Whether you agree or disagree with us, let us know. We're okay either way. We'll chat with you. So let's queue up the.
I disagree with Greg all the time, so bring it on.
All right.
Welcome to Victoria for the first time in CFL history. It's touchdown Pacific.
So let me just. Victoria, what a beautiful town.
Beautiful, beautiful. What a beautiful day, tell you.
All right, so here, let's go.
Labor Day weekend begins in Victoria, and we are underway. Williams will take it just outside the 15, pushes it back up to the 35. Williams tripped up. Nice return, though, as he takes
that first drive, we scored on the first drive. That's how I want to see each game, right?
Oh, for sure. If you can get a touchdown on the first drive of the game, that is just awesome. Again, this started off with
stand back, on the ground, and also in the air, right?
Mm-hmm. Wow, massive hole.
Yeah. I mean, that's a lot of momentum as he runs down.
Mm-hmm. Toy.
Yeah, Toy.
Yeah, there it is.
This is his first TD.
He's got to work on that celly.
I think he had something else in mind, not that.
He over-rotated and the helmet fell off. I don't know what the hell happened.
Exactly. We should critique his technique there.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Nice back.
Like you see the DBs, being aggressive, going for the ball.
Mm-hmm.
We didn't see a lot of that the last few games. McInnes, the sure hands. Yeah. He's 1,000 yards, McInnes, after this game.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he spread it out across all the receivers.
Yeah, everyone had a catch. It's pretty good. So the second drive was field goal.
Yes, field goal on the second drive. So Todd has a comment. Okay, let's pause this.
Oh yeah. I mean, we're going to probably get to that, Todd.
Okay, yes.
In a highlight package.
Yeah.
We'll address it when we get there.
Just. Well, look at this Hatcher running back for the ball.
Mm-hmm.
That to me was exactly what we needed to do all the time, right?
Yeah, but mind you, he should have ran back to the ball on the interception. We'll get to that later.
Okay.
The toy and tough yards.
Yeah, Katoy can fight those tough yards, and I like
Yeah.
it. Actually, Katoy, McInnes, and Eberhardt, right? We've seen them fight for those tough yards. Yeah, here's Hollins. He hasn't had a TD for a long time.
And Nate takes a big hit here.
Oh,
Yeah,
there's
this
the
is the
fake punt. We got caught with our pants down here.
So I don't know, like that's holding, but you know, holding on our contain on the outside.
At this point, Richard Leone had more passing yards than Drew Brown.
Yeah, he did. And they ended up with a field goal.
Yeah, the
Flea flicker.
I know. I mean, it's a very simple, but the fact that they tried to do something creative again is nice. We've been asking them for creative plays, right?
And stand back again.
I know. Yeah, you're right. He is the hero of the game. He had more passing yards than all the receivers.
Oh, just up the gut. I was like, shouting to you, rolling. He's cover one, cover two, and then he went right up the middle.
Yeah. Yeah. That's imposing your will, right? That's what we've been talking about.
Because they were stacking the box.
Yeah.
But Samek just powered right through it.
Yeah, look at that. Rallying to the ball, gang tackling.
Yeah.
We haven't seen that for so long.
So you're like, oh, 115, but Nate was able to lead him downfield there.
Yeah. You were saying he's way past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah,
but, you know, he's still
little
doing
pump. Oh, yeah, Eberhardt. He had a little pump fake with the shoulder.
Yes.
Which that corner bit, and then second.
Yeah, it's beautiful. It's Eberhardt's first TD this season, right? Yeah.
Not a tight spiral on that pass, but you know it's effective though.
Yeah.
Still effective. Whoa, yeah.
There's the
See,
interception.
so that Hatcher maybe could have come back a little bit more, but you know Ottawa changed their zone.
But look at the effort work to try to make that tackle. Yeah, the announcer saying
he kind of did a sidearm. He kind of did a sidearm and maybe didn't get the full zip on it.
But the announcer said that he got fooled by the read too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so one play they got a TD here. So there's a little bit of an adversity for us to get over, but I think they did. Yeah, they tried for a 2-pointer.
Good defense.
Yeah, Rugamba had a much better game this week than last week.
I think this is it.
Okay, this is
he got
Todd's.
caught.
Oh no, okay,
No.
Okay, another one.
It's a little bit later in the game.
Yeah. Almost got the first down here.
Oh, this is the miss.
Yeah.
Oh boy. Now he wasn't like it was wide, and I don't know if it would have made it distance-wise.
Yeah. Yeah. That big guy, I give him effort.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, there's the first set by Betts.
See, one-on-one, he just blew by him,
Yeah.
and then the pocket was collapsing anyways.
Yeah.
Second half, they've had their moments, but the Lions making enough plays. Not let them do it.
Okay. Is this one? Yeah, this is the one.
This might be it. This might be it.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's put Todd's comment.
Yeah,
up.
look at that. Wow.
He's so slow. It's like, so let's stop it here. So Todd asks, how does our kick returner get caught from behind by a 6'4", 235 pounder? What do you think, Art?
I mean, I guess he's quick, like he's darty to get through holes, but in the open field, yeah, he maybe doesn't have the top speed as like the other top returners in the league.
Yeah.
So, but like, yeah, he hits wide open. Like he's got no one ahead of him really. Someone's being blocked. I mean, it's just a pure foot race. And this guy was able to close and then tackle. Like, yeah, there's no one. Like, someone just eliminated
he knows, right? Like, he looks back here. He knows there's someone behind him. But this is his top speed. He can't get any faster.
Maybe he didn't think. Maybe he relaxed. I don't know.
No, he knows.
Oh, no, he knows now. He knows now.
No, here he knows.
Yeah. So he should just he should do like some kind of angle, right?
Yeah.
Like he can't just go straight. I don't know.
Yeah.
Or a stiff arm. But so from behind, typically where you go is you try to hit like a foot or something, but he actually grabbed his shoulders.
Yeah.
So,
well, because the defender is taller than.
Yeah, but he's totally gaining speed, right?
Yeah.
It's not like
he's definitely gaining on him because.
Yeah, we were like, oh, I knew he would get caught. This is the way it was going.
Yeah, you could see he was closing in really fast.
I'm like, you gotta like cut or something, do a zigzag. I don't know.
Yeah, well,
but I guess he's just trying to get every single yard he could. I mean, I guess you can say he's going kind of to the far pylon.
Yeah.
And he didn't want to drop the ball.
Yeah.
Hey, at least he didn't. He didn't drop the ball, unlike Alford today.
Yes.
For Saskatchewan.
So I mean, I'll give him that. I laugh because that would have been the sure TD, but that was his top speed. So what can you do?
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, Todd, I agree with you. I had my hands to my head when he got tackled there because that was a sure 6 points for him. But that's his best return, I think, right? This year.
I think he had another long return, but this might be the best.
Okay. So let's continue on.
Yes, they do. Great hustle to track him down.
Man, that big guy's so fast.
Yeah.
Quickly to his left.
And then there's McInnes.
Yeah, McInnes.
That was it.
Yeah, I'm glad he got a TD for. Because they're all banged up. All of our top line receivers are all banged up.
Our top four guys are nursing something.
Yeah.
Brown wastes no time again, gets that one away, finds Rhymes. Down the field, Hardy's got it, stays on his feet. Takes it inside.
So TJ loses him and then gets up and then
gets back to it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you want.
Yeah.
But Hardy's pretty good. He he's very tricky.
Look at this tackle. This was a turnover on downs.
Yeah.
Varga.
Nice.
That was, yeah.
Goes to the Lions, 38-12 in
Yeah.
convincing fashion.
What a convincing faction. Yes, that's right.
Losing streak and Rourke back into the win column for the first time since
All right. So, yeah, that was an awesome game. Let's. Anything else you want to add? So, I mean, they did a lot of things right. What else could they have done better?
I mean, like offensively, like again, I guess the game's kind of they had a massive halftime lead, right?
Yes.
I don't think they punt. Did they even punt in the first half?
No.
Can you remember?
No, we didn't see the new punter till the second half.
Yeah. So I guess Nate comes in first series, throws an interception, Ottawa scores. The second offensive series in the second half, he drops back. He fumbles the ball, like because he's trying to throw. He fumbles the ball,
Yeah.
whether it's a forward pass or not. But he lands on the ball. He fights. Give him
Yes.
credit. He fought that fumble and fought to get it back.
Yes.
So they were able to punt it away. So you're like, oh boy, because he fumbled within like in the red zone, right?
Yes.
So in the Lions side of the field. So if that was a true fumble, then that would have been massive adversity. Mind you, it would have been like, still they're on a 3-score lead, but still.
Yeah. Hey, Blake says hi. Hey, gentlemen.
Hey.
Sorry I'm late. No worries, Blake. Nice to talk to you again. It was great time on the ferry catching up with you yesterday.
Mm-hmm. I mean, defensively, you can't ask for more. I mean, what do we ask for? We asked for rushing, like committing to the run, and they let Stanback rush 20 times. And mind you, it was score effects. They were up. They're trying to, grind time off the clock. So they rushed Stanback.
But a lot of those yards were in the first half, though.
Mm-hmm. A lot of those yards in the first half.
Yeah.
And a lot of those some of those carries didn't get a lot in the second half because Ottawa kind of amped up their defense. They made some changes. Mind you, BC probably went into more of a ball control, ball security after that pick. And then after that fumble, they were like, okay, let's settle down. And then after that, they kind of committed back to Stanback. So they adjusted. But, I mean, we noticed it was a lot of more standard McKismic offense. They just executed better. Nate knows the receivers better. They're more in sync. But I think what we would have wanted is more of those high percentage short passes, variations, more movement, crisscrossing, kind of like what Winnipeg and Saskatchewan do quite a bit in their offensive schemes.
Well, there were there were a lot more passes to the outside to Stanback, which was successful. So that's a step. That's a step. Yeah.
And then a couple of those screens got blown up, or at least one. But yeah, I think more high percentage kind of plays.
Blake says, Todd, don't get Greg started on kick returners. I think that ferry ride last night, Blake got a good read on Greg already.
I think Greg was getting drinks. Greg was getting drinks when Williams was making that big return.
Yes.
But
yeah. Greg's pretty hard on Williams. That's for sure. And I think Blake got a read on that. But yeah. So okay, defense. You think?
I mean, they only gave up 12 points. They only gave up one touchdown.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean, that was a massive improvement. Tackling much better. They were able to get pass rush. Hey, Greg.
Yeah.
They were getting the pass rush. They were able to get through. The secondary was much closer to the receivers.
Yes.
So sometimes the receivers actually try to catch the ball, and then the Lions secondary were able to knock the ball away.
Yeah, exactly.
So this is what we want. In a lot of the previous games, these receivers are wide open.
Yes. Yeah.
And then
you
we're
let them
scrambling.
Catch the ball, and then you try to make the tackle after they gain 5 yards. So yeah, much more aggressive.
Mm-hmm. Definitely, I mean, you got to give RP credit. I mean, maybe he made some adjustments. It's hard to see until we watch, watch more of the film. But it seems like the DBs were much closer to the receivers.
Yes.
And much happier with the defensive performance, definitely.
For sure.
And the linebackers, Lacombo played a bit more snaps, I noticed. That's number one. And number two, like Ely and Varga, there's more experience, right? I think the teams are going after them.
Yes.
Because maybe their drops weren't as deep. Yeah, and that's a good point, Blake.
Yeah, Blake says he rejigged the entire secondary.
And that's what Peter said, right, in his post-game interview, that, maybe the setup, I think he likes Green at safety and then Kent Jr. at half.
Yeah.
I think they kind of like the setup. TJ Lee would interchange with Rugamba at boundary half. So
yeah, it worked.
Yeah.
But what I would like to see, So we made the adjustment and it worked, but what I don't want is for them to keep this static. Like, you know, we can go into the next game with a certain setup, but if it's not working, we can't just keep going the whole game with it. We got to be able to adjust, and if we need to swap positions mid game, we need to be able to do that. So that's something that I'd like to see. Yeah, and maybe they're planning to do that. I don't know, but we haven't seen that in the past, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Greg's point exactly. Why did RP not figure it out in game 5 games ago? Do the Riders win another game?
Oh boy.
You're talking about like from here onwards, Blake. That's a good question. I mean, they clawed their way back today. They almost, you know. So yeah, Blake's saying yes. So from here onwards, today they got into a big hole against Winnipeg, and then they clawed their way back up, and they almost got it. It was a little bit of a fluke with that 3rd and 6 pass. So I think they're still a strong team. I don't know. What do you think, Arthur?
I mean, Alfred. I mean, that's that punt, and then it just ticks off his fingertips, and then it goes into the end zone, and then Winnipeg jumps on it. It's like a free 7 points.
Yes.
I mean, that's like, you know, and then their secondary get burned, right? I mean, Mace dials up some blitzes, and he gets burned. Dembski burns him deep.
Yeah.
And then, but once Zach got knocked out of the game, I think Winnipeg just kicked 2 field goals.
Yeah.
And then,
I mean, is that because of the Riders' defense, or because Streffler just can't run the offense well?
well, I mean, Strevler can run,
But
and his passing is nowhere near as good as Zach's.
Yeah, there was one play he was trying to run on the outside, and Milligan, no fear at all, like just you know, crashed into him right out into the end zone.
I mean, they had a read like that. I saw that play. The Riders were crashing the line of scrimmage. Like they were coming. I think they read a formation, and you know what, Strevler, most probably he's gonna run, right? You're gonna shut down the run and make him pass. So it's a lot. I think it's a lot easier to defend Strevler than Caleros, especially Caleros playing lately.
Yes,
how he's been playing lately. So yeah, I mean, and then with Saskatchewan, I mean, maybe it's score effects, and then Harris looked a little like he looked good early. It was 14-7. I texted you and Greg, Roland, and I totally jinxed Saskatchewan because like, hey, it's 14-7 Saskatchewan, and then next thing it was like 29-14 Winnipeg, and I'm like, what?
Well, they were looking good the first few drives, and then it kind of
Well, then younger, then Winnipeg DC made some changes, and you know, like wow, and then Harris, I don't know. But then he came alive in the second half, especially in near the fourth quarter. But I mean, again, is because Winnipeg wasn't doing anything on offense, and then maybe their defense is starting to get a little tired.
Yeah.
But it's not looking good.
So Winnipeg is number 1 now. We're number 2. Saskatchewan's number 3. We've played all our games with Winnipeg. They have the season series against us. So we need to end up on top if we want to host, right? We have one more game with Saskatchewan. Yeah.
We have one more game with Saskatchewan in Regina.
Yeah. Makes us 1 Lions, 2 Riders, 3. What does that mean?
Well, I think he's gonna say 3 Blue Bombers.
Oh, okay.
I think that's what he said on the ferry last night.
Yeah. So yeah. So with Zach, I don't know how long he's going to be. I don't think it's that serious. He was walking around in his street clothes when he came back. Yeah.
Wow. I mean, maybe O'Shea thought they had the game in hand.
Oh.
And they almost blew it.
Okay. Yeah.
It would have been funny
All right.
because we got the game in hand. All right, Zach. You know, you can take you can take the rest of the night off.
Yeah.
But I didn't think that hit was that.
I
I
didn't
don't think he
so
hit
too.
that hit that
Yeah.
hard.
Yeah.
He's been tagged much harder before.
Yeah. So maybe you're
But
right.
maybe they're just trying to be safe.
Maybe you're right.
Yeah.
But that's I think that is an Achilles heel for them, because if Zach gets is out for whatever reason, Stravler can't run the offense very well.
Well, definitely nowhere near Zach Caleros' level.
Yeah.
And but then you know what? You never know. Like Montreal had a Davis Alexander come in and win him some games. So
Yeah.
we'll see what Stravler can do. I think he did get a win this year, right? He did get a win. It was like a gritty, low scoring win.
Yeah, that was where they, the opponent had to account for both him and Oliveira, right?
Yeah.
Coming out of the backfield. So, but in terms of passing, I mean, short and medium passes, he might be okay, but it drops off after that. So if he's the main quarterback, then teams can scheme against that. So, so that is a bit of an Achilles heel for them. Yeah. So next, okay, let's two questions then, and we'll open it up to the audience too. What do you think we need to do to end up number one in the West? Because we're number two now, but we need to be ahead of Winnipeg. And yeah, so let us know your thoughts. I guess Arthur, maybe you can kick us off.
So they have two road games, 5 games at home.
Yeah.
They need to be dominant at home.
We're playing Montreal twice.
Yeah, so home and away, but not back to back. We play in Regina. Yeah. So like we have to win our home games.
Yes.
Like we have to go 4 or 5 wins and then try to get 1 win on the road.
Who are the 2 road games? One with Montreal and
one in Regina.
Okay. So Blake says 5-1 with wins against Saskatchewan and Calgary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, we just have to win. We have to win. Definitely be dominant at home.
Yes.
And we just got to avoid going to Winnipeg for the Western Final.
Yeah, exactly. That's why we got to stay on top of Winnipeg. They're ahead of us right now by 1 game.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we got to win. We can't afford to lose a game because.
Well, I mean, if we win out, that means Winnipeg's winning out, right? And if Winnipeg wins out, then like they're gonna beat every other Western team, right? Because they're playing each other, right? Not everyone can win. Unfortunately, not everyone can lose. Need no big kick returns so the offense can march the ball downfield to control the clock.
Okay. Todd's saying it doesn't matter if Williams can't get huge returns because our offense can march the ball down and control the clock. Yeah.
We should let Greg comment on that one.
Okay, yeah, Greg can comment. But I think Todd, that seems to me what this coach's strategy is for our return game this year. Just get a decent return, don't turn the ball over, and then give it to the offense, and they'll march it down. It seems to me that's what we've been doing the whole season. So I think that's probably the plan from the coaches. Yeah, we don't play Saskatchewan anymore. I mean, we don't play Winnipeg anymore. We play Saskatchewan one more.
Yeah, I mean, there's Calgary. Oh, that's where we are. That's where we are now, definitely.
Yeah.
Greg, did you see Mario Alford kind of fumble the ball into the end zone, and then he gives up 7 or 6? That's not good.
Yeah. Oh, Cuman is defending Williams. He goes north every return, coach's dream. That is true. He's fearless. He's so small, right? But yesterday he took quite a lot of hits.
Oh, he took
there was one where he bounced off and fell back another 4 or 5 yards, right? But he's fearless. So Cuman is right. Williams goes north every return. So, and he busted one out yesterday. If he had a better top speed, it would have been a TD. Blake says he gave up 8 there. Was also a kickoff single.
Oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah, kickoff single.
Yeah. Greg says, until yesterday, our O was unable to produce a long drive. True, but now that we've tasted what it means to have a bruising power running back and actually use him in the game, I think we are if we keep doing that, we should be able to produce long drives.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. Next week is in Montreal. What do we need to do? They got a bye week, so they're well rested. What do we need to do to win?
I think I'm going to jump on them early. I think you mentioned that. I mean, it's nice to get a touchdown in your first series. I mean, you can't always demand it, but if you can get up early,
yeah,
run the ball, yeah. I
Yes.
think stand back, going back to facing his old team.
Yes,
I'm
that's
sure
right.
he has something to prove.
Yeah, Bet's playing in front of his friends and family.
I think we need that same defensive intensity, but really for this team, it's the offense going, giving the defense rest, not, and like just first downs, mowing them down. If the offense can just create a lot of momentum for this team, it keeps the defense off the field and it just ignites the whole team.
Yeah. So Blake
Turnovers.
says, yeah, his keys turnover. So we got to win the turnover battle.
Yeah.
Defense has to be good again. That's right. And Rourke builds on top. So Rourke gets even better. Yeah. I agree completely.
100%.
Human says, put up 35 plus on Montreal. We win. Okay, great. That's a good prediction. 35 plus on Montreal.
Sometimes coming off a bye week, the teams are not as hungry. They're more rested.
Yeah.
Right.
But it could also be, not on the edge, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Greg says convert on second downs. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Good point.
Yeah. Well, I think part of that is getting good yards on first down. Get at least 5-6 yards. So then you're second and short as opposed to second and long. Yeah. Yeah, it's gonna be a tough game, but I think it can be done. Next question, and this was the question that we put on top of our live stream. Could this be the turnaround for the season for the Lions?
I
Okay.
can, it definitely can. I mean, the schedule, they've had a rough middle part of the schedule, right? But there's a lot of road games, some tough opponents. You're catching some opponents at the peak of the season so far.
Yes.
And they've had some bad calls go against them. Whether it's 50-50 calls or whatnot, right? Or 60-40, whatever. They've had some bad calls go through them, and they just had some terrible discipline and penalties. But
Yes.
now, after all of that, and then they had VA go down.
Yes.
So he was the MOP candidate or favorite.
Yes.
He goes down for injury. So they were able to survive all that. Now, I was seeing last couple of years, maybe they weren't able to rise above adversity. And they're facing a lot of adversity this year.
Yes.
Now with Nate back and now Betts,
Yeah.
maybe this can be a springboard to just, string a few wins together and win the West.
Yeah.
Definitely it can. And then the schedule, there's a lot more home games.
Yes.
And they're much better at home. So it definitely sets it up. Now they got to execute. That defense has got to really come to play.
Mm-hmm.
But they have every opportunity to string a number of wins together.
Yeah. They definitely have an extra spring on their step. And if they can build on top of that and start believing and start, dictating, especially on the defense, like you said, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think it could be the turnaround for the season. Todd says Montreal is the team that runs the hitch or screen well. Maybe TJ playing linebacker is the right strategy. Yeah. He did well. And I don't know if you were here earlier, Todd, but we talked a little bit about that switch, right? It worked really well for this game, and if it works well for Montreal, I think we should do that too. But I think the one thing that's important is that if it's not working, RP needs to be able to adjust and switch it up mid game. Right. So whatever the offense is doing, if it's not working, we need to be able to adjust our defense.
Because Montreal's going to run these a lot of little dink plays, screens, hitches, jet sweeps, and then Cody's going to hold onto the ball and go for the big play.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. Cuman says we're going to get slaughtered by Montreal screen game. I hope not. I hope not, Cuman. I mean, definitely we need to scheme against that.
Then the linebackers have to fight through blocks
Yes.
and get after the ball.
Exactly,
Right? They can't be eaten up by their block. Then we're in trouble. But we'll see.
Yeah.
You know, this is a chance to say, hey, like Montreal is what? 9-1, 10-1, 9-1. Hey, we belong. Hey, if the Lions win on the road in Montreal, that's saying we belong among the best in the CFL.
Yeah.
And take us seriously. Yeah.
Yes, for sure. Cuman says our tackling will get exposures. We need to put up a ton of points. Yeah, I mean, we've been complaining about our tackling the last 5-6 games, but yesterday the tackling was like 10 times better. There were still a few missed tackles, but we saw a lot of our players rallying to the ball, making gang tackles one after the other, and not relying on the first person to make the tackle. So, that was a good sign. Will that continue on next week and for the rest of the season? I hope so. If it does, then that's a huge exposure that's going to be addressed. So, yeah. Greg says linebackers and DBs both need to fight through blocks. Yes, for sure.
100%. And I mean, on the offensive side of things, right? They just need to run that ball. I think what's great is run the ball, get Nate. I think Nate's starting. Maybe that's another discussion we can have later on in the show.
All right.
The quarterback needs to make, quick, good reads, and get the ball out, and let the playmakers be playmakers.
Yeah.
And don't hang on to the ball, because then, you're going to lose momentum.
Yeah.
I think we got to do that. And I think we'll be okay.
Yeah. Okay, on that segue then, Arthur, let's open up to the audience. Let us know, who do you think should start next game in Montreal? Number 12 or number 3? So Rourke or Adams?
Or number 7?
I don't know if anyone's going to choose number 7, but I guess it's a valid choice. Okay, so you got 3 options.
Greg would choose number 7.
Let us know in the chat who should start. Okay, Q-Man says Rourke. Okay, anyone else? Blake says, you guys know my heart, but Rourke will start. Yes,
yeah.
we do know your heart. I think I feel that way too. I feel that way too, exactly. The most mobile QB, Rourke. Okay. So it looks like it's unanimous so far. Arthur, what do you think?
I thought Greg would say put Terry Williams at quarterback. No, I've obviously go with Nate because he was able to get a great first half. And then get 300 yards, get 3 touchdowns. He didn't force anything except for that 1 interception. Mind you, I think Keon could have come back to the ball a little harder.
Yeah.
But it's weird. It was that pass rush, and he did that under kind of sidearm. If he could do an overhand throw, like typical throw, he would step into it and maybe add a little bit more zip to it.
Yeah.
So it was a combination of things. But Nate, I think Rourke has to start. Obviously, he's your quarterback of the future for sure.
Todd
going
is
into the
voting
next
for
2 years.
Todd is voting for VA, so we got 1 vote for VA to start next week.
The guy who's heating up now.
Oh, heating up. Okay, I thought that was healing up.
Healing.
I thought that was healing up.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, okay. Roland, how about you go on why VA should start,
Well,
and we can get the discussion going. Why should VA start,
okay.
Roland?
So I think similar to Blake, my heart goes towards VA because he's just such a leader, right? Okay, Todd. Yes, I misinterpreted what you said. So Todd is voting for Rourke too. So my heart is to VA because he's the selfless leader we've seen the last few years, right? But I think we will start Rourke, and in my mind, I think Rourke is the option too. It's the best option. But if you want me to give reasons for VA, the biggest reason is that he's earned it. Number one,
100%.
He's earned
100%.
it. Number one, he's earned it. Number two, the players will go to bat for him. Right. So those and number three, we've seen what he can do. He was in line for MOP this year. Right. So we've seen what he can do, and in normal circumstances, this is his team. No matter how good Rourke is, he comes in, he's the backup. This is VA's team. So those are all the arguments for keeping VA as the starter. Now, in my mind, though, so that's my heart, right? In my mind, though, if Rourke lost the game yesterday, then I think it's a no-brainer. We start VA next week.
Yeah.
But Rourke had a good game, and I'm not sad because of that. I'm actually happy that he did.
Well, we don't want another loss.
Yeah. So because of that, we gotta go with a hot hand. And actually, that's what Todd is saying. The guy who's heating up now. So the hot hand right now is with Rourke.
All right. Let me ask another question. VA
Actually,
is 100%.
Before you go there,
Oh,
Greg's saying maybe start VA with a short leash.
Well, that's. Ooh.
I don't know. What do you think?
No.
Okay.
No.
Why no?
Well, I mean, they're not gonna start VA. They're gonna start Nate. I mean, that's just, let's be real, right? I mean, and then if you start VA and have a short leash, I think if that's the case, just start Nate.
Yeah.
Like okay, if you bring VA in, and then you yank him on a short leash,
That's even
like
worse,
what
right?
2? Yeah, it's even worse. Like if he has 2 bad series and you put in Nate, and then he would say, okay, how about you just start me when you're gonna give me, okay, Nate with a short leash.
Okay. So you've changed his mind. Now he's going the other way.
All right. Well, obviously you're gonna start Nate. Okay, so Nate was short. Okay, short leash is 2 interceptions, and he looks bad. Like he can't read. He looks bad. He's under pressure. He's a little dinged up. Yeah, if he had two interceptions and VA is 100% healthy, Rick Campbell says Adams won't play until he's 100% healthy. He wasn't even wasn't even suited up yesterday, right?
Yeah.
So I can't see him. How could he be 100% healthy on Friday? Like he would have to get. He's probably going to get maybe a third of the first team reps.
Yeah.
So no, I mean, I just can't see it. Maybe in 2 weeks' time.
Yeah.
Let's go with Todd's comment.
Todd says, yeah, I agree that VA is a true team leader and great guy. Yes. But Lions went through this before when Dickinson played over Printers in the Grey Cup. Lose when Printers was ripping up the league. Yes. Okay.
Okay, so
Greg
who's
says, "Thank you, Todd."
Printers and who's Dickinson in this thing?
Okay. All right. So someone clarify. Arthur wants to know who's
All right, Greg,
Printers and who's Dickinson.
who is Dickinson and who's Printers? I just want to know. Greg, come on.
Rourke is Printers, it says.
Well, then, he's playing. There's no way they're going to go to VA. Like, there's no way.
That's what Todd is saying, right? If we went with VA right now, it would be like putting Dickinson in. Yeah.
I mean, Dickinson didn't play until the Grey Cup game. Like, he was out, right? like he didn't play in the playoffs, and he goes in the Grey Cup game. He was like rusty, right, Greg? That's not gonna happen.
I feel
That's
for
not gonna
VA.
happen.
I feel for
Yeah,
VA.
I feel for VA.
Yesterday he was signing autographs with this little kid, and I was just standing like just 2 feet away from him, and I said, VA, you're a true leader, and he looked at me and says, thanks, man. But man, it's tough. It's tough. Yeah. I mean, if we were in his shoes, it's tough, man.
Well, you know what? He's such a team guy. He wants the Lions to win.
Yeah.
And he's injured right now, right? And
yeah.
And maybe they said, oh, he's week to week, not month to month. But really, I mean, this is like how many? It's like 5 weeks now, right?
Yeah.
4 or 5 weeks. I mean, he's still limited practice. This is ridiculous. So, yeah, I think he knows like they need another quarterback in, and if Rourke's available, yeah, you definitely jump on it. But he knows that maybe it's too good of a quarterback. It's bittersweet,
Yes.
right? You bring in another quarterback to help the team in the short term, but you bring back Kid Canada.
Yes.
And now he's going to probably take your job. But, Adams, he's injured, so I think he can understand. But it's a little sad because this is kind of his team.
It is.
He was marketed as his team,
It was his team, and he was on track for the MOP, right? But like I said, when the opportunity came with Rourke being available, you can't pass that up, right? Todd says, agree, VA is Dickinson. I like VA, but I hate this dilemma. Yeah. I think we all do, right?
Yeah.
Blake says, as soon as Rourke was brought back, I knew it was worse than they were saying. Oh, Blake's, you're thinking that VA's injury is worse than they were saying. I didn't get that sense. I just thought that they would jump at the opportunity with Rourke and not allow any other team to get him, right? But I think the silver lining on this is that at the end of this season, I believe that the team will do right by VA.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna trade him, but they're gonna give him the best possible trade. So we're gonna get a lot for him, but they're gonna put him in a team where he's gonna be the starter and he has a good chance of winning, right?
Oh, it's gonna be tough to see him in Ryder Green next year.
Yeah,
and he'll burn us.
Yes. Harpreet says BC needs Rourke and VA this year. Hello, Harpreet. Nice to have you join us.
They do.
Definitely, yes. And I think like what Art said, right? If Rourke has a bad game, and I don't know if two interceptions is the metric. I think if it's not happening, it's not clicking, with or without the interceptions, because he can have a really good game and getting 3-4 touchdowns and still have 2 interceptions. But if it's just not happening, so with or without the interceptions, if it's not happening, he's not able to get the reads, he's slow, he's holding on to the ball, he's getting lost, then I think we throw VA in.
Only thing is, if the O-line's being torched and Nate can't get the ball out because he's just under siege.
Yeah.
You're not going to put VA in with that knee. I know Campbell said it's going to be 100%, but I don't know, if he can do everything on the field and be his VA at top physical and as top physical level, then I would put him in. If they're getting swarmed, the QBs are getting swarmed because the pass rush is too great.
Yeah.
I would save VA till he's out.
All right.
Till he's 100%.
So you keep Rourke in there? Or you put number 7?
Bryce in. I put Bryce. Number 7, baby.
Sheep.
He's a bigger guy. He's a bigger guy.
Into the wolves, right?
No, it's more of a meat shield, actually.
Okay.
A meat shield. Meat shield. Yeah.
All right.
He's a bigger guy, and in that situation, we're probably going to lose the game, right? If our O-line cannot protect, and that opposition pass rush is just getting at the quarterbacks, we're not winning that game. I don't care, what quarterback we have, right? Then you might as well put in Bryce and
Yeah.
then see what he can do. Maybe he can like fight through some of the pressure. He's a bigger guy, so he can absorb hits a little better. And then you never know.
Okay.
You never know. And sometimes, when you bring in a really unheralded quarterback in, the other team kind of like, okay, they kind of take it easy. Maybe they'll sense blood in the water, but
Yeah. Oh, Harpreet brings in a interesting angle. Rourke and VA are both great receivers too. Yeah. So
I think VA is probably a better receiver, but we'll see.
than Rourke. I don't know how well Mackey can throw. If Bryce was in at short yardage, then we could have a trick play that he passes to VA. But I don't know with Mackey. I'm not sure how well he would.
Well, hey, no one's thinking Mackey's going to throw. But if he can throw 5 yards, at least to a pitch outside or, a slant,
yeah,
that's all you need to. Come on, Roland, you can throw 5-10 yards with a tight spiral.
Yeah.
I mean, just has to be accurate. I mean, no one's thinking he's going to pass.
Yeah. Well, Richie Leone threw, how far did he throw it? It's like 20
Yeah,
yards.
but he had no one coming at him, and it was pretty easy. It was wide. Like I was wide. That was behind the line of scrimmage, right? There was no pressure.
Yeah.
No pressure.
Todd says, is Harpreet suggesting that David Mackey work on his QB skills? Well, Mackey did say that he was looking forward to that. He was hoping that would be one of their
Of
one of their
course. Of course.
Greg says, hey, no one thought Pearson was going to run a route. That's true.
I think he was open, so VA gunned it to him.
I know, yeah, that was not a gentle pass.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. It's 9:27, so we're getting towards the 1 hour marker. So, but again, just a recap. I can't tell you how happy I feel. Like the joy is still is still lingering all over. Just that win. It's been a long time since we had a win.
Oh yeah.
But it was more than the win. What made me really happy is that we saw a fire that we haven't seen in our players, on the DBs for sure, but all around, on the defense, on the offense. So that really made my day. So my only wish now is that we're able to maintain that. If we can maintain that, then I think winning the Western number 1 on the West, I think is very doable, very reachable if we can maintain that.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Oh, Blake asks a question. Who wins the BC High School Championships this year? Oh, I don't know. I haven't been following it.
I haven't been following.
Greg, do you know? Are you voting for New West?
Greg will vote New West.
Yeah, Greg's voting New West, I think. Who do you think, Blake? VC, Blake. Greg says.
I have no idea. Absolutely. I think Blake's got a horse in the race.
Yeah. Greg better vote New West. Well, he already voted VC. Cole and Blake, you're both covering a team in the island, aren't you? Right? Okay, Blake just throwing up on the VC. Yeah. Anyway, so it's 9:29. I guess let's call
Prediction
it
time. Prediction time.
predictions. Oh, for
Montreal.
predictions for Montreal. All right. You want to go first, Arthur?
Well, I was totally off, and I was glad I'm totally off. I thought it would be like 30-21 loss to Ottawa. So I'm going to predict a 3-point win for the Lions.
3 points.
3
Okay.
points.
3 points. Greg says 21-17 for Lions. So that's 4 points. Blake says Lions win a close one, 32-27. So that's 5 points.
Nice.
Yeah. What's my prediction?
So I'm going to go 27-24 Lions.
27-24. Yeah. I'll go with
No missed field goal points for the win on that one.
D has to play lights out. I'll go with 30-24. So they'll win by 6. Yeah, that's my
A
prediction.
nail biter. A nail biter.
Yeah, it's going to be tough, I think, but I think we can do it if we maintain the same intensity that we did this week and build on it. Because actually, Rourke in one of his interviews said that that we can't have hit our peak. We need to keep moving up. So I think they know. They know. Oh, Harpreet's voting for New West Hayeks.
There you go.
Yeah. So, yeah, those are the predictions. Yeah, Blake agrees with Harpreet. Greg says 3, 4, 5, 6 point predictions. All right, we'll see. What did we predict last week? I don't remember what I predicted. Yeah.
You guys had BC winning.
Yeah. I think I
Yes,
said by
it's-
6. We ended up winning by quite a bit more than 6. Which is good.
Yes. The game wasn't really in doubt.
No, it wasn't. But yeah, I'm happy for that. All right. So Friday night is going to be in Montreal, and then we'll catch you again if you guys are free next Sunday, 8:30, and hopefully we'll be celebrating another victory.
Yeah, 100%.
Okay, here's Harpreet's predictions: 29-25 Lions.
4-point victory.
Yeah.
There you go.
Well, I mean, I'm glad that we're all true Lions fans. That we're all predicting a Lions win.
Wow. I mean, I'm a Lions fan. I might predict a loss, but
Yeah, what you did last week.
I'm just being analytical.
Yeah.
Head over to.
All right. Okay. Thanks everyone for joining. It was again great to chat with you and to celebrate a really must win. But hopefully this is the first of many, and
Yeah.
we'll be celebrating it again next week. All right. Take care, everyone. Have a great evening. Enjoy the long weekend. Happy Labor Day tomorrow, and we'll talk to you again soon. Okay. Take care.
Go
everyone.
Lions.
Go Lions.